am Colin Bartie and welcome to the Captain's Vlog.
I turned at the junction and the corner of the walk. Despite a well-kent face, I had the pleasure to have talked. I said to my youngest son, I'll tell you who that is. He's the greatest Scottish fighter it's said has ever lived. From the backyards or the prefabs to the playgrounds of his school, he backed down to no one and he always kept at rule. Then the noble art of boxing then became his game.
Okay, we're here in Captain's Bar, one of the prime folk bar in Edinburgh, talking to Kevin Gore. Kevin is one of the main singers here, folk singer, and runs the session. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Kevin, and your association with the Captains?
I started playing here, I think about 3 years ago now, something like that, running sessions on a Wednesday and a Thursday. When I first came in, the Wednesday session was very a trad sort of instrumental type thing, and I felt I wanted to give singers a chance, so I called it One Singer, One Song. So basically I bring singers in, and the good thing about it is because the Captain's Bar, I find, is because I'm a singer-songwriter, it means that I can actually perform songs that I want to perform in this place, because it's more of a listening crowd that comes in. People are more into their music rather than just, some places you can play where you're just background noise really. You have to play the crowd pleaser type things. So I see it as a good way trying out new songs, and when I do concert type gigs, or like when I do the Fringe Festival where it's or folk clubs where it's a sit down audience, I've already tried these songs out, when I'm playing here. So it's like I wouldn't say it's a practice, but it's a way of introducing songs to see how we go.
Yeah, that's what I like about the pubs. Sandy Bells used to do my local, but there's just almost gone totally into like fiddle music.
You can't. I don't think you can sing in there anymore. Apart from the festival. Well, Dick Hawkin and people like that, McCalman's, Dale and Barbara Dixon, they used to all sing in Sandy Bells. It's famous for singers, but it's just changed totally.
I remember the first time I was sitting at one end of the bar, and the other end of the bar looked up, and it was Connolly was sitting at the other end of the bar. This is weird, but he's a songwriter, and there's someone in particular I'm interested in is Edinburgh man, Kevin Cannon. And first time I heard him sing, my ears pricked up because I was actually at school with him, or school with his younger brother Alan.
With the British belt and the European already tucked away to a world title challenge 1970, in the heat of an inferno in a Puerto Rico sun, 15 rounds he went to distance, world title won. He returned the victor, but no accolades nor praise from the city chamber tops with their highfalutin ways. But February 71, California, USA, he unified the titles in the city of LA. Crowds gathered at the airport, to the streets thousands came to welcome home their hero, 'cause he was one of them, and his name is Ken Buchanan. Edinburgh man, undisputed world champion, Ken Buchanan. Then came the challenge from the Panamanian.
At Northfield, when they stayed in the prefabs. Can you tell us something about?
Well, I mean, you came to the launch, the CD launch at the Folk Club. I mean, the idea about that was I heard through a friend, I think it was Steph Aikenhead actually. He heard that I was already writing a song about Ken Buchanan, and he approached a friend of mine, another songwriter called Bobby Nicholson, and asked him about writing a song for Ken Buchanan. And he said, look, Kevin Gore's already writing a song about Ken.
He's zeitgeist again.
Aye. So he asked me about writing a song and giving it over to what you call the Ken Buchanan Foundation, and any money that goes towards that goes to getting a statue built for Ken, because he's sporting achievements, and because a lot of us feel that Edinburgh haven't really given him the recognition that he was due in terms of...
I'm disgusted about that. We were over in Dublin recently. There's local here, a boy from Dublin, Phil Lynott statue there. Everybody was and sees the Phil Lynott statue. Edinburgh, nothing for Ken Buchanan.
And he's a sporting legend. I mean, the things that he achieved, because I was writing a song about him, I mean, obviously had to do a bit of research, and the song is, I think it's 5 verses. I could have written 9 verses at least. In fact, I had it at 9 verses, but I had to shorten it because people lose interest, you know, if a song is too long. Bob Dylan get away with a 9 verse song, but I don't think I could. What I did was I got frustrated because I felt like I couldn't write a song about someone, a biographical type song, unless I spoke to them. So I went down to the Central Bar in Leith, because I know that he drinks there.
Is that where he hangs out at Central? Yeah.
So I went in there, and it just so happened I was lucky he was in the bar at the time, and I got myself a pint and I sat quite near him, and Ken Buchanan, being the gentleman that he is, he was like, "How you doing, son? You alright?" type thing. And he came over and went, I'm Ken Buchanan. I went, "Oh, I know who you are." I'm Kevin Gore. Alright. So we started talking, and he was quite intrigued at how much I knew about his career. Because I says, "Oh, that's when you fought Laguna, and that's when you did this, and that's when you done that." And he was like, "You're a boxer yourself, son?" I said, No. I said, my dad and my Uncle Frankie and people like that, they were all big fans of yours. My Uncle Frankie used to work in boxing clubs and Sparta and stuff like that. So I never told him I was writing a song about it. But anyway, he opened up with loads of brilliant stories.
I'll bet, yeah.
And after that I realised, once I came away from the pub, I thought, right, I can write it now, because a lot I've got from Ken himself.
His words.
Like the story he told me about, he was just about at Madison Square Garden, he was just about to go into the ring, and his manager said, look, he says, there's a guy out there, he says, he's quite a big celebrity, he wants to speak to you. He says, he's a big fan of yours. So Ken Buchanan was like, "Oh, who's this?" He says, "Well, it's Frank Sinatra." So he went out, and Frank Sinatra said to him, "So have you got a plan, Kenny? Have you got a plan? Meaning, have you got a plan about doing the fight?" And Ken says, "Aye, Frank, I'll do it my way." So that's a lyric in the song. He told Sinatra in the ringside, "I'll do it my way."
That's sharp. He's sharp.
He is, and he's convinced, like most of the people that drink in the Central, that if it wasn't for him saying that line to Frank Sinatra, I would never have got the song "My Way." And he wants the royalties. Although it was written by someone else, but it wasn't even Frank Sinatra that wrote it, I don't think. But he lives on that one. Yeah. So he's an amazing man for what he done, and then he just grew arms and legs after that. The song.
So he had a fundraiser. And as I say, it's discussed that we should have to do that in Edinburgh. The city should be doing it for them. But if people want to contribute towards that,
I did that the EP launch at Leith Folk Club, and that was the Ken Buchanan Hotel when he used to have. He used to have that hotel before he sort of fell from grace a little bit. Through personal problems to do with him. But I did one at the Hilton Grosvenor. There used to be the Grosvenor, it's called the Edinburgh Hilton.
At the West End there.
So I got asked to go along and play there. It was a sit-down dinner thing, and the top table was John Conte and Jim Watt and Barry McGuigan, the young laddie Josh Taylor that's out at the moment. So I performed the song. It was brilliant, standing ovation job and all the rest of it. I mean, probably not for because I'd written about Kenny. And I remember just having my soup, and there was a tap on the shoulder, and I looked up, and it was Barry McGuigan, and he said, "I want to thank you for doing this for my mate, for doing this for Kenny, for doing this all." He says, "Come up and meet the boys." So he took me up to the top table. So I was sitting in a conversation with John Conte and Jim Watt, and I was thinking, God, this is unreal. He's like this. And Jim Watt went, what do you think of that, son? And his fingernails were all pointed. I says, oh, you play the guitar, don't you? He says, I do ragtime. So ragtime musicians, so we spoke about music and stuff like that. I mean, great guys.
So, I mean, the song itself, Edinburgh Man, I'm just going into the, it's a folk song. Have you ever been anywhere else and you've heard somebody else sing it?
No, not yet, not so far, no.
Well, it's bound to be.
There might be people singing along, yeah.
I always do, I love it.
I mean, like, there's I know there's a lot of CDs being sold because we made an EP and all the money went to the charity for the statues. So they were selling the EPs as well as the fundraisers. There's some bars down in Leith, like Swanee's Bar and Gladstone's and the Central Bar where they sell them. So I can imagine there's a few people singing along to it, in different houses or whatever. And there's a few guys that came in here that have heard the song that Ken Buchanan fans and they bought the EP from here as well.
That's really good, yeah. And so the idea of folk music itself, obviously, I used to think of it when I was talking to family about it was a sort of oral tradition, but now you've written it, we know the author of it, and that will go in to the folk tradition itself and carry on, be adapted. I remember asking Hamish Henderson once, what is a folk song?
Right.
Hamish said, anything that they're singing, anything the punters are singing in the bar is a folk song.
I mean, it's a social comment, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Ken Buchanan is just a song about a man who's now living in what he's achieved in history. Yeah. Just like, Bob Dylan did a song about the hurricane.
The hurricane, yeah. That's part of his campaign as well.
There's different songs that are out there that are, folk music for me, in terms of traditional songs and contemporary folk songs people have written. Yeah. It's just history really, or there's loads of love songs out there as well, but there's loads of songs about Scottish history, about Irish history, and history of
he fought on, but eventually retiring from the game. Alcohol became the debt for the price of fame. But he got up from the canvas and inducted he was named in the World International Boxing Hall of Fame, and his name is Ken Buchanan. Edinburgh Man, the undisputed world champion, Ken Buchanan. And he danced with a princess of the royal family. He gave shelter in the garden to the great Ali, told Sinatra at the ringside, I'll do it my way. One day there'll be a statue, and on it will say his name is Ken Buchanan. Edinburgh Man, the undisputed world champion, Ken Buchanan.
Okay, so people see this and want to find out about your music. How can you get it? How can you get a hold? Can you get CDs or your
there's a CD right there.
Wow.
Called The Yearning. So it's mostly one songs, but there's a Robert Burns song there as well.
Yeah, Robert Burns. That's a fabulous.
You can get that either on iTunes, you can get it on CD Baby, or Spotify. If it doesn't make me any money. Spotify. It's on Spotify, but also my website is www.kevingormusic.com, and you can download it as well.
Good. Excellent. So I encourage people to go on and get that.
That would be great. Support your local musicians.
Support for musicians.
Keep it live.
Keep it live. Absolutely. Great. Excellent. Thank you.
No, thanks very much. Thank you.
A song called Best Left on the Shelf. A song I wrote about different people who I've met through the years. She came from a city called the Northern Light. She ran away from a home of violence to where they said the streets were bright. The young man left his hometown, for no longer could he face the ways of ignorance and indifference towards him for being gay. They don't sing the folk songs of how there's so much long to return to the places our homes they first belong. Fond recollections or romantic tales to tell, just bitter memories best left on the shelf. Two brothers joined the army, they were sent out to Iraq. They said it's better dodging bullets than be junkies on the smack. And the mother took her children from the estate of their reside. The poverty, the hopelessness of our people cast aside. They don't sing the folk songs of how there's so much long to return to the places or the homes they first belong. Fond recollections or romantic tales to tell, just bitter memories best left on the shelf. Father went job seeking for work of any sort. When they read his postcode, no was all he got. Family were evicted, they refused to pay the rent. And a fire hazard high rise with more asbestos than cement. They don't sing the folk songs of how there's so much long to return to the places our homes they first belong. Fond recollections or romantic tales to tell, just bitter memories best left on the shelf. Just bitter memories best left on the shelf.